There we go. That should be better.
Alright.
Alrighty. Welcome. Sorry about, we had some audio issues on our end.
Yep, that's working now.
We
Yep,
have
all good.
Meat Shield's going up with Bad Nade. Meat Shield's going up against the Bogans, sorry. And with the Bogans only having 4 players.
ND should be going live. Should be resetting.
First map tonight will be Stockpile.
Jaxol and Badass. Cool. Teams look to be set up correctly.
Wait on that reset and then we'll be live.
And there we go.
Alrighty. Let's see what damage these 4 players can do against this team of 5. Alright, so your prediction here tonight for this first map.
Mostly, I'm expecting this to be a coin flip. This could really go either way. I know it's a 4v5, but you've got some really... oh, hang on, we've got some team killing going on. Looks like we're going to need another reset.
Like a false start, yep.
Let me just jump him out into another chat and make sure they're all good to go.
Bogans showing
And then I'll come
here.
right back.
So that will be a reset on our side. This first round not being a true round, as the meat shields were not ready. Obviously, killing yourself, the universal sign of I'm not ready in Pavlov. So once we are all set, we will take you guys over to the stream.
Hey, Pav, there's no visual on screen.
Yeah. Just give me a sec. I got it.
Oh, good.
Alrighty, let's try that again.
Have we started? Is this live? We're not live yet.
No, not live yet. Match should be restarting any second now. And there goes the reset.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Now, hopefully nobody shoots themselves at the beginning of this map.
Alright, and here we go. So, Bogan's taking the offering for that B.
We'll see if they do the same thing now. They've got some players who can cause some real damage. And looks like they are tricking them out and running to A now. They could do some real damage. The meat shields do have the numbers advantage, and it's going to be really interesting to see just how big a role that plays tonight.
In from long here. They're gonna soul through drop down.
Meat shields rotating quick.
Grimlock. Grimlock will pick him up. 3-5 now. He's so using. Really gonna slow up the focus here.
We've got that first team kill of the night as well. Oh boy.
4v2 now. Jakey coming in behind. Snake Eyes gets in. He doesn't quite get his gun up in time though. 4v1 now. Soul. Pinched in by Jakey. Great movement from Jakey there.
Meat shields will take the first pistol round. Now this is what I'm talking about in a 5v4. If you get one early death for the Bogans, a 5v3 is almost untenable. You've got to be a real powerhouse team to be able to make something out of that.
Also, I'd say a very uncharacteristic push there from the Bogans. They got really caught up, choked up outside of that, outside of A, which is very unusual for them, being a super aggressive team willing to push through that. Let's see if they can do something different on B here.
Free through long. Alright, looks like Soul's retreating to rejoin the main group.
B will turn. It's a good save if they can get this. Going Badass now. Badass. I'll see a lot of them. That's that D.
Meat shield just Flooding onto
taking
site.
2. He might be able to save this. Unlucky for Badass there. He did an admirable effort. Absolutely.
Now that's a good save. That's a great save round in a 4v5 to take 3 with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Getting that plant down as well means they are going to be pretty cashed up here. Should be able to buy pretty happily.
Yeah, man, and we should see the AKs rolling out.
Absolutely. Still yet to take down.
There they are. Now you can see Sol stacking up with those flashes. He's been really, really devastating with those. Both he and Foxy are 2 players I really worry about whenever I see them loaded up with util.
Challenging mid though. Come on, yeah. Push on the B. Snake Eyes cut off from the team now. Take too long from Jakey. That's one. Won't quite win the trade though. 3v2
And a 2v3. And the Bogans outnumbering them for the first time tonight.
And that trade will end the round. So, what do you think changed there for the Bogans? What do they do differently that really got them that round?
Hard to tell this early on, and hard to tell when we've got AKs rocking around. Because it can be the difference of just 2 lucky headshots. And the round is basically won.
Yep. Absolutely.
This is going to come down to how they play the entire map. Not really what happens on an individual round by round basis, I feel.
Yep. Obviously, Snake Eyes going back into that mid again. See if he can might be able to catch his Grimlock with that nade quite nicely. Oh, Snake Eyes moving up 2 in mid, and this push on the B will go past.
And they wipe the entire team.
Will be the round there. And this is what I was talking about before. Bogans so strong at just pushing through the entire team and killing every single player. That is what they're known for. That is what they're good at. And here they're really taking advantage of that.
You can see the meat shield stacking up with a flash on every player. So it could be running through their minds already that they're thinking they have to slow the Bogans down.
Yep.
The Bogans are going to have to be careful. If you take a look at the amount of util they're buying up, they might get themselves out of whack real quickly if they're not keeping an eye on it.
See a loss with that, so that much money spent can be devastating. In here.
Grimlock takes a kill.
Back.
We're down to 3v3.
Grimlock will take Snake Eyes as well. Jacked and Soul now.
3v2 now.
And a great
and they
movement
wipe
there from the meat shields to take out both of their players.
Lots of different things you can look at as a player when you're trying to grade them, when you're trying to rank them. But how they manage when things go wrong during a breach or during a retake, that's something I like to really keep an eye on. Do they freeze up? Do they keep pushing on with the original plan, or do they adapt?
Absolutely. And we see the Bogans getting a little frozen up there. It was just 1 kill as well.
The same as what happened on the pistol round. They're going to have to really go in with more force, I feel.
Yep. Once you have 4 players, every single life is just that little bit more important. That it can make you stop and think. Soul and Badass pushing inside. Might B3. Now he can pull these off. B2.
Oh, we all know that. We've all lived that hell. 1 minute left. Now, what is he going to do? With this amount of time, you'd imagine he's going to push up.
54 seconds. The bomb is down, though.
We'll get to see the discipline of the meat shields here.
Does not have the bomb. The trick here, obviously, is just to not peek it. 1v1 now. Jar and Snake. Bomb is down, middle of sight. You can see it there. He's super low now. Might he go 2 more hits? Bomb behind that forklift. Good shot by Gur to save that round. And he will grab guns.
That's an important round. That's a really, really, really important round for him to come away with. That discipline I was talking about before, you know where the last player is. You know you've got two of you. You can make a choice. You can go hunt him. You can hold angles of approach, or you can hold the objective itself. Different players, different teams. There's no correct answer, unless it's Snake, in which case I wouldn't be hunting him.
Yeah, well, the correct answer is whatever wins you the round at the end of the day, right?
That's a dangerous game.
I think that's also an important win for mentally for the meat shields. Sort of staring down the barrel of that 3v1 with the possibility of Snake taking them. It's going to be super good for them mentally to know that they can take him down, and he isn't going to be able to run away with these rounds if he's just left alive.
Looking at another trade early on in this match, now it's really important to note that trades are not enough for the Bogans here. Every time they make a 1-for-1 trade, the enemy team actually gets proportionally more powerful. 2v2.
There. Snake Eyes gives his position away. Badass holding the back here. Snake Eyes will hear this player. Grimlock takes him anyway.
Down to 1v1.
Nice angle there, but he just peeks a little too wide, and Grimlock will be able to take him down here and get the defuse on this bomb.
And the Grimlock, my god. And the meat shields are going to take the turn. Yeah, they can stretch this all the way up to 7-2, but they will be turning onto T with the advantage.
Absolutely.
What I'm curious about is whether or not the numbers advantage will play as big a role on T as what I believe it has on CT.
Yep. Again. Doesn't seem like the Bogans are mixing it up too much. Obviously, Pulse not here tonight, who is their primary IGL. That could be why they are running the same strats. But I don't think any of the players in this lobby on the Bogan side lack creativity. I think it might just be a... not enough willingness to run with it in a league match. 2v3 now, Soul will get picked up. Just Bongo. There, he will get pinched in by Grimlock.
And pinched in from 3 angles. You can see the meat shields are actually playing quite forward, especially if you take a look at their mid. That's going to make those rotates behind very, very fast.
Yep.
The Bogans, at this point, I wouldn't say playing for picks, but you could certainly play to try to catch a backwards rotate.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Punish that aggression.
Not only do you run a higher chance of winning a round, but you will slow down their rotate for all future rounds as well.
Putting that little bit of a doubt in your opponent's mind is super, super valuable.
Make them check every corner. Yep.
Wouldn't be left behind.
You can see Jakey pushing forward. Oh!
Grenade from Snake Eyes. Beautiful. Boom.
What a nade.
Well cooked. 4v4 now. Push on to leaf up here. Nice one, get that trade. Soul gonna push onto site. Might be caught up by Grimlock.
Soul pushing on site, but he's already half dead. Oh, what a snap by Soul.
Badass. Badass steals Grimlock's tension. I think he'll get traded. 1v3 now. Gerd does have clips, so it is possible. Made that. Oh, good kill from 1v1.
1v1.
But the bomb is still not planted. Take that spot there. Doesn't know where Bongo is. Locks in there, just the top of his helmet. He sees it now. Got the bomb right there in the bottom left-hand corner of his vision. Blocked him. Oh, the click of death!
Oh, wow.
What was that?
And the meat shields do go all the way to 7-2. Critical point in that match was actually on the approach, where Sol copped more than half damage by a team nade. Without that, he could have done a lot more in that final engagement. Could have been all the difference.
Might not have gone down to that nade from, yeah.
7-2. The meat shields have a significant advantage, and the Bogans are going to be stressed.
Opting for a 2-1-1 here are the Bogans. Snake Eye's going to push aggressively with the flash. He decides not to. He hears the entire team coming down on him. And he backs out. He's called the rotate. Oh, he doesn't quite get any kills there. 5v3. Badass run challenge. Little, I sense a lack of discipline from the Midfield's take here. They've all pushed towards that player that they can hear.
Yeah, comms will be important here.
And it...
Down
the
to
Bogans are
1v2.
going to capitalize. 2v1 now. Last is Grimlock. Sol knows where he is now. How good are Grimlock is? They are very good. And he will get that trade, taking them to 8-2.
You've got 5 people. You take a site. You should be calling angles. Angles and entry points onto the site. To have all 5 players watching in one direction, I mean, we just saw there, against only 3 players, nearly cost them the round.
Yep. That was a great movement by the Bogans to come in from behind. I'm not sure if it was part of their strategy, but having Bongo challenge while the rest of the team rotates from behind really, really works well for them. Oh, those smokes going out onto B. Those are practiced. They know exactly where to throw those.
A few on the ceiling, but quite close. They know it's just Snake.
Oh, they do have. So the Bogans do have guns. It seems.
Driftwood holding that backward angle. That's clever.
All going down. They learnt very quickly from that last round to not peek what they know. 1v4 now. Very bad. We'll take
and we're down to
Bongo.
9v2. That's a save round. There's not much they could do about that one, I believe. We have seen teams come back 9-2 to win, but I've never seen it 9-2 in a 4v5.
It's looking pretty desperate. Jack Drew on a save here. They forced that last round to get those AKs to try and get themselves a shot at getting back in this game, but it might cost them here.
It's difficult. When you're down to only 2 losses or 2 opportunities left, you've got to make a call at some point. The most important part is to make sure the entire team is on the same page.
B this time. Jack won't pick up any.
Jack caught out.
They can get. He gets 1. The rest of the team is caught up in mid, in Z. That's a good trade. 2v1 now for the Bogans. That was great work by Sol, keeping the team caught up in Z there.
Is this the start of the take back?
Very well be. Having that second player on B is super, super helpful. To just slow that down, delay that take.
Flashed out.
Sol pushing with that flash. He needs to come to you. Sol will pick that. Very nice.
Good movement. Yeah, really good movement.
Grab guns.
Now, it doesn't matter too much for the meat shields if they do ruin their eco. They will get to a point at about 9-6 where they're funded for the rest of the game. Just through that lose bonus if it keeps happening. But it is a long way out for the Bogans.
A long and hard road to walk. And they should be buying out every single round here. Because if they win, they'll have enough cash to buy up again easy. If they lose, game's over, doesn't matter.
Exactly. And when you're in this situation, it's full buy every time.
Look, that smoke's gone across from Driftwood, and they're already pushing out of A.
Well, interesting. Interesting play through mid by Driftwood. Have seen this from them before.
Got Jack 4v3 now. Driftwood will go at it. Just badass.
All up,
he does
badass.
have snips, and that will be game.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first map.
Okay, so CT, you've got 4 players. How do you run it? What's your ideal setup?
I would put 2 in mid. You have to have access to those 2 players to rotate in as fast as possible and control the central lanes of the map. That's the only thing I can think of.
Couldn't agree more. That's the rapid rotate to get 3 to the enemy team. Have to go it. All right, I'm just going to call the captains across, make sure they're good to go. I'll be right back.
All good.
There was a couple of cross peaks that the Bogans could have got there. They were 2v1. They just weren't backing each other up. But yeah, the Mitchells played really well there.
Yeah, absolutely. Really capitalized on that.
Cannot underestimate them, especially when it's 5v4.
Yeah, because they will punish you every time.
Mm.
As we saw
they were getting a lot of trades, and it's just not. You just don't want to be getting trades each. You got to be getting picks.
That's right. That's right. So that means you have to be double peeking all your angles to
Yeah.
guarantee that you.
Snake's going to be warmed up now, so this is going to be interesting.
Snake felt fairly quiet on that. One,
What's the next map?
The next map will be Museum.
Yeah. He quite likes this map. It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
For sure, for sure. I don't know after that showing if Bogans will be able to take a map here. The thing about the Bogans is you take their momentum away, and they really suffer.
Yeah, they don't want to play slow. They just want to smash the site.
Yeah. Whether that translates to taking the momentum away as well in map to map could also play into it. This will be a big win as
Sol
well
also
for
didn't.
Shields.
I think he was saying he didn't quite know the map yet. Too. That's why he ran across and got dated by Jack.
Okay. Well, we should see a bit of a different story then on Museum.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably one of my favorite maps, I'd say.
He's resetting the map now.
Alright, we're back.
Welcome back. Crazy. That was Joey joining us briefly for a little bit of post-game analytics while my co-host goes and checks with all the captains that they are ready to go.
What did I miss?
Just talking about the momentum of the match coming forward and how the Bogans will have a tough road to walk here. They don't seem to find themselves in a comfortable position.
Connoisseur votes will be interesting for this game. If I remember correctly, it's 27-0 in favor of the Bogans. So here comes that upset ratio.
Yep, absolutely.
Rip
Another
to
100%
everybody
in
who
the region.
partakes.
Yep. The APAC region this season is really saying to those connoisseurs, don't bet on us, please. Totally random over here in the APAC region.
Yeah, good to go. And reset going through. Alright, 10 seconds, should have our reset. I think you're completely right with the 1-2-1. I don't think there's any other way to play it. Unless we're talking oil rig, maybe, in which case you might run a 1-1-2. But certainly for the more balanced maps, 1-2-1.
Right, and here we go.
Right.
Coming into map 2, Museum. The meat shields will be starting T this time. And I'll be interested to see what kind of strategy the Bogans seem to run on their CT.
Now, mid on Museum. Mid on Museum's quite interesting. This is a map where you could potentially go a 2-0-2. See what the Bogans decide to run with.
Into mid. With the slow entrance to sight. Good just yet, though.
Gift shot angle so strong.
2v2 now. This has been a messy start to the map. Jeffrey will take the planner out, and Mongo will clean up.
Can't get the bomb down. Very, very close. If it just snuck around a little bit more to the right, he would have been well covered. That is going to hurt their eco.
By that round, I almost didn't think that the Bogans were ready, but that off-beat rotate onto sight really caught the meat shields off guard.
They weren't ready, by the way. They thought they were starting T, and then they checked. Then they were like, "Oh, we are CT," and they ran in.
They weren't ready.
Well, they had. We know the rules. If you are not ready, the bullet goes through your own head.
Ooh, Jack Drew taken out there. Roll here. Bree coming up cat though. though. Just really... Obviously, this is a save. Nothing magical expected there. But definitely a good sign of things to come for the Bogans if they can hold this up. And that momentum going 2-0.
So you're on a save round. You've got pistols. Do you all hammer through the one entry, or do you try to take as many angles as possible? Tifa.
My personal strategy for pistols is everybody huddle around the guy with the bomb and just run him to a safe space on site to plant.
And try to get
Gotta
the
get that.
Okay.
Gotta get that plant down. Get that cash for the next round. Oh, Jack Drew having no joy in mid. Taken down again by Gur. This is this A push. This is actually really good from the meat shields. I love to see this. They're waiting for their team to push up catwalk so that they can push in together.
I've seen them do this before. They are a surprisingly patient team.
Obviously, you get lots of time. Okay, well, look away all the time. They won't be able to capitalize. Comes catwalk coming up. I'll get Bongo pinched in. Just Snake Eyes now. They hear him. Takes one. He takes two. 2v1 now. Get that bomb down. Back. Grabs it now. Onto the back of site. Now the plant site's on this map. You must close the gift shop. Grimlock.
And cleans him up before they can get that money.
Perfectly cover the plant.
So you'll often hear about the importance of getting that plant down. But in reality, the cash bonus is not that big. If you can make it away with 2 guns, any 2 assault rifles, that's worth much, much more than getting the bomb down or anything similar. Even taking guns away from the opponent. So you've got to consider, if you can get 2 kills and you can salvage those 2 guns, that's 5,000 lost to them, 5,000 gain for you. Much, much more important than planting that bomb.
Almost no one on A. Snake holding for Oh, Jack Drew. How did they not spot him? There with the Bison. He'll clean up 2 with that Bison.
Gets 2.
4v2 now. Meat shields. They will take out Snake there.
Beautiful. Love a good nade.
Lit.
Gamer, not normally a hold angle the way he's using it. Curious. They do what?
Quite that hard, but he was going main.
Divisive gun, the Bison. Divisive gun. Some people love it, some people hate it. But Jack uses it to great effect.
A big fan of it, yes.
Mm.
That first A push has not gone well for the meat shields. Get them to head back over to B, and as they do, they're going to get that double peek in mid. Looks like they might be on a save here, judging by the guns. Jack Drew being a lot more passive in mid now. He's been domed 3 times in a row, I think, in there, so... Unfortunately, he will not get the better of the meat shields there. He will get taken down through the door with a deagle.
Oh.
Now,
That's excellent use of the ears by Gur.
for the Bogans, they now expect a B push based on that mid exchange. So we'll hear them take 1. 3v3 now. Jakey, he'll collect 1. 3v2, neither of the Bogans have turned. I think it's badass turning around. He doesn't know where he is. Oh, Jakey will take him down. 3v1 now, just Snake Eyes. Jakey messing up that plant slightly. Fortunately, he's in a spot that Snake Eyes can't see him while he gets that plant in. 2v1 now. Now, Gur is separated from his teammate, but Jakey should be able to hold a passive angle here and let Snake Eyes come out. Oh, beautiful angle from Gur there. Nice peek from Jakey as well.
Perfect. No, they played that one very, very, very well. You get the plant, you don't have to worry about pushing this guy. If you do, you're going to die every time. You know that he's in gift shop. You know that unless he wants to rotate, he's got to push forward. Just hold the angle.
Which it looks like they've been getting a great deal of success on this B side. So I imagine we'll see them push it a few more times. A good smoke to window. I don't know if it's high enough though. He's going to stop Jack Drew from getting around that corner. Wow, that is a beautiful smoke. Oh, lovely frag as well. Be cooked a little longer. They're going to push up the cat earlier. They're going to have to watch behind them.
Looks like that's what they're setting up to do.
Oh, both are rotating in through gift shop here. Snake Eyes. We got rotating from behind as well from the meat shields here. 3v1 now, just Sol. And he will get taken out. Great movement from Gurk, pushing up through mid once those two guys had left. Able to clean them both up in gift shop. Now I think this 4v1 is starting to really wear down the Bogans on this map. Just not having that extra player to watch one more angle to make sure that no one's coming up behind them.
Jack's having to buy a Bison again. Snake Eyes looks like he's on a dig. They're not going to be able to afford much util at this point. Oh no, tell a lie. They've all got assault rifles. At this point, it might be worthwhile roaming as a pack.
Yep, looks like that might be what they're doing.
Good refrag by Sol.
They will also lose one. As you talked about, those trades are beneficial for the Bogans.
No, not enough.
3v3 now, though. Bogan's not looking too worse for wear either. Snake Eyes will reach Mr. Chris. Well, I'd like to see Sol push up here. Here he comes. This is him, and we'll take him out. I would almost wait for that Snake Eyes put some rounds into Sol as well. Snake Eyes taking out Mr. Chris on Cat. He will now push up. Let's see if they can do with this retake. Killer angle on gift shop. Almost cleared it. Takes position, but he gets the trade anyway. 1v2 now. 1v1. Defob, this is his first league. And he manages to lock it down. Well done.
Ended up.
3-4. Meat Shields now have the momentum in this game. And I think that is going to make it really hard for the Bogans to break out of this. They are suffering eco-wise, the Bogans are.
If they give that A push one more go. Now, is that tactical? Is that experimental? We'll see shortly.
One going into storage.
Just badass. Nobody else on that site.
Gonna hear Greenlock coming down. I'd say that's a full rotate in from the Jakey learned from the rounds previous. Oh, it's now a 2v5. Bogan's unable to punish this side take. Oh, Snake Eyes will take out Chris once he tries to get out of storage. Oh, Sol caught in the crossfire between Snake Eyes and Real Mr. Chris. Real Mr. Chris will clean up. And that is the turn for the Meat Shields.
Once again, they get just one more shot, extending that winning lead. What a push. Really great to see their use of flashes. A lot of times you'll see flashes and smokes going out just for the sake of throwing utility. That's wasted money. If one of your team members is going to flash, you've got to run forward under that. If you're not advancing under a flash, you're not really using it for any reason.
Absolutely. And we see the use of util in mid I've really liked. But unfortunately for the Meat Shields here, Snake Eyes will collect Jakey with a nade. A beautiful nade out of control. And Leafob is heavy tagged from that as well. Shoots through this door. The Meat Shields might be caught out here. Taking significant damage from that. It's a red. Call the rotate onto B, onto A. Fight in mid, try and back out.
Several of the Meat Shields taking heavy damage. If they've got the awareness, to know that 3 of them are so hurt, there's not even any point in saving. You've got to make a go of it.
Yep. Oh, and Snake Eyes coming from behind is the last thing they needed right now. Gonna cut into mid. Grimlock pushing out to find him. He will take him. 2v4, I'd say this round might be over for the meat. Fighting
That collects another. Now I want you to take a quick look before this round ends. Meat Shields have about $15,000 collectively. That's a lot they could have done.
Yeah.
You've also got players all the way down at 1,000. You've got a player up at 7, another player just on the cusp of 6. That economy control. No luck.
This. I'm not sure that they knew that it was the last round before the turn.
That's on the IGL if that's the case. You've got to keep your team appraised of what's happening, and you've got to keep your head in that economy mode.
Yep, absolutely. So the Bogans have already done what they did last map. Let's see if they can push this envelope any further with 4 players.
Now this is where an aggressive push from Gurr. That's interesting.
Ready to push out with the bomb here from Story. Oh, he's so low. Oh, Leaf off taking out Miller and Chris. But Sol on site with bomb. Grimlock knocked down the ticket. Snake Eyes and Mighty Gurr fighting in the back. Mighty Gurr will take him down. Sol will get that bomb back. Post-plant situation. Jakey and Sol duking it out. Badass will come wise to his location and take him out. Just one now. Gurr coming through main. That Tech 9. Got the arm there. Badass might be lining his head up though. Good game sense to know to peek that, but unfortunately Sol peeks him while he's challenging it.
And I can only imagine we've got some good comms going on of Badass letting Sol know when the right time to peek was and catches him on the angle. Evened up at 5-5.
It's so hard in a 2v1 scenario to know who to look at, especially when you're exposed to both angles at once. Just want to limit those angles down so you can challenge one player at a time.
Yep, that time is working against you.
Absolutely. Full A push, full send control it's going to look like here. And mid shields are stacked A.
Stacking A.
Oh, they will only become wise to this post-plan, I imagine. Grimlock, no, Grimlock's heard it. He's called to rotate. Oh, shot by Grimlock. Turning Jack's favorite gun against him.
Snake refrags the catch of the bullet for his effort.
And he will get taken down by the onslaught of Deagles. Parading themselves onto B.
That's such a good gun. That's...
B4 now. This is going to be an amazing save from the meat shield if they can take this. And
there
he
they
will
go.
take it.
Furious smoke there to catwalk. Not sure if that was the best of approaches. But we did see a flash go out immediately after. That might have been what they were aiming to throw originally.
Yeah, might have been a misgrab on the util vest. Happens a lot.
What an eco round. That's going to put them at a significant advantage.
Absolutely. Bogan's still able to buy up though.
Just. Badass having more money than the rest of the team has a little bit of util.
Oh, that nade catching Jack Rue will probably give away the... We see Grimlock rotating in. That guy's watching from behind.
Offensive flash? No, offensive flash.
Uh-oh. The Bogan's getting up. Here comes the push from behind. Mighty Go will take Snake, which is a good trade. And the rotate has been called.
As a team with 5, regardless of the player, your team has 5, they have 4. A 1v1 trade, always worth it.
Absolutely. I'm going to look to re-peek this A and try and see if it's still here. Mr. Chris will spot it. The meat shields will pull back in. That'd have been just enough time to give the Bogans enough time to get this plant down. On A, Sol will go down, sacrifice himself to sell a fake. And the meat shields become wise. Just before that first button is pressed, Grimlock will start to rotate the gift shop.
This is a familiar situation.
Yep. Reminds me very much of last round.
Except the meat shields all have assault rifles this time.
Good kill
Doesn't
from
help
Jack.
JK.
They know he's there. Real Mr.
And a
Chris
beautiful
gets taken
nade.
out by a beautiful nade. Real 1v2 here for Badass, though. He does have the bomb down. Grimlock is half-tagged. See what he can do here. Oh, wow.
Time in his favor.
2-1 now. Oh.
And he
love
knows
to
time's
see
in his
it.
favor.
He's dancing around the cube.
Beautiful. Leafog. Not
Trying
quite
to go for
sure.
the snips. Now that is how you play post-plant on Museum. And he survives through the bomb as well. Great work.
That was
from the
sharp.
Bongo there.
That looked very, very nice. Leafog catching onto the snips just a second too late. Just a second too late.
Great movement as well by Bongo to eliminate the double angle there by pushing through and in front of the box while Grimlock and Leafog tried to get around him and pinch him in.
Yeah, it was brilliant.
That was beautiful. Snake heading over to A. Looks like he might try and sell this fake. See if the meat shields fall for it. Oh, they stacked B anyway, so it's going to be somewhat irrelevant here as the Bogans sneak up. Control. The player of the meat. There goes Snake.
Cool.
His life goes for the fake. But the Bogans should get the bomb down here. Not sure they're expecting the meat shields to come in just as fast as they are.
That nade looks like it drops
Fallen
off
out
the
from
map.
Yep.
Okay.
Back in that same spot he was in last time. He might get picked. Oh, he'll get.
Oh,
Oh,
beautiful.
beautiful name. Good shot. Oh,
And they walk into the meat
no.
grinder.
Very poorly. Those
Real Mr. Chris right now should be going for exit frags. Rifles if he can
One.
pick them up.
Goal is low. But we know that Badass in a post-plant 1v1 is very strong. Might be able to pick up one more here. Badass not going to give any help to Sol. Sol needlessly peeks Real Mr. Chris with the...
Oh,
Sol will take that kill.
nice. So you get a couple of options in these situations. You can either force the enemy to die on sight if you are more concerned about how much money they have. You can take a few rifles with you if you're concerned about how much money your team has. But at some point, you've got to make a decision, cut the loss, or devote yourself to the sacrifice.
Yep, absolutely.
Going for the round win in the moment, and it's always hard to determine it in the moment, but it's not always the right choice.
Mighty go. Whoa, Mighty go will catch out Snake Eyes. I eat my words.
We've seen a few of those tonight. This is not a normal situation.
3v5 now.
And they're all in gift
Here,
shop.
Mighty Go coming behind him now. He's going to pop out of control. And I'm estimating he'll get two. Here he comes.
If they're still alive.
And he gets one. Jack Drew will get taken down at Crystal. Beautiful movement from Mighty Go there. Great work winning that trade. I'd say that's bad comms from the Bogans as well for Snake to not let them know that there's one coming behind them. And we saw no one peeking that control angle.
From where he died, it could have been coming up catwalk, but instead he went up soldier. Hard to tell. It's always hard to decide if you want to tell them where they're coming from because you don't know with certainty.
I would always call that just so that we have one gun watching behind. Especially in that scenario. There were three of them, none of them exposed to that gift shot angle. Action in mid. They've gone mid. I expect them to go through A main. Here's that double peek. Snake is waiting for somebody to rotate in from behind. Interesting that they're putting their best gun on the back angles.
Imagine very much he's playing the lurking role right now.
That is I'm making it 3-3. Know where Leafob is, Jack. With the Bison still. You hear Snake going through unders there, coming to join his team in mid.
Down to a minute.
Meat shields are sort of spread out still. I'm not sure where this push is going. Jack Drew will take some shots at Snake being awfully loud, but Leafob.
Oh no! Good refrag though.
Oh, Jack Drew very low here. Oh, jiggling perfectly though. Badass will come in and clean up his kill.
Floating beautifully.
Just Jakey now. Like they're not even going to go for the plan here. They might just wait for Jakey to come back.
They know where he is, but they're both just a hair's breadth away from death.
Jakey will take one. Jack Drew might have stalled too long to picking up that bomb. He tried to get some util as well.
He'll hear the beeps. No, he's going to push.
Jakey has good ears, and you cannot push him like that. He'll collect some guns. And a knife, in fact. Questionable pickup.
2 knives, good to have. Double the
very
throwing.
strong.
Jakey. Beautiful. Beautiful pre-fire. Normally you'd see pre-fire heading into a corner where you know an enemy is trapped. But if you... Jack's had 15 seconds at that point. You can approach slower, quieter, wider. You don't need to blitz straight up into the corner.
Mighty Garage Jack's going to go out of the bit here. Snake is going through storage. Might want to push site. Solon badass going through unders here. This might be another fake from the Bogans. Oh, Cowwalker's going to see Jack. He's going to have to back off. Go will take him as he tries to retreat. Snake is making a lot of noise. Unders peeking catwalk.
I've been curious about this unders angle, if we're going to see any real use out of it. Seems to be more of a novelty right now.
Leaf Bob looking to clean up the 2 coming out of unders. He gets one, but he doesn't quite get the second.
One.
Snake will take one down on site. They're both going to push into storage here. What they can do coming out of this. Now, all of this in front of storage is bangable. 2v1 now. Just go. He does have snips. 45 seconds. Bogans will take it. Sorry, I just remembered I haven't been showing you guys the scoreboard. Sorry about that. Here are the scores as they sit. 8-8 now.
Strong showing from Leapop on his first game.
Very well done. What? Okay, that seems to have crashed.
Love a good bit of Hab TV.
Oh, it's a replay now, so I'm assuming that game is now over. We're going to jump over to the to Jack Taru's stream. Like it's still 8-8. Oh, get a little bit of those comms as well. Alrighty.
Tagged him.
Here we are with that stream from Jack Taru. 2v1 here.
Oh my god, what the fuck? He threw a knife at me. Crazy cunt.
This appears to be the round previous.
Are you in control?
No.
Oh, dude, I heard
I'm back
footsteps.
aside. I'm back aside. Tagged a little bit. Nice.
Very nice.
Good job. AK M4.
I got AK as well.
9-8.
M4.
Jack's
AK,
coming
M4.
out of his classic squat.
For a bit.
The Slav squat is his signature move between rounds.
Alright.
Yep.
Just again, keep it chill, guys.
Sometimes with a beer.
Don't make ballsy plays.
Save enough money for next round.
And Jack Taru sort of ignoring that call from Sol there to save enough money for next round.
Smirk.
He's betting on the team to win here as he buys down to 1,000.
Because they usually lob a couple down
Yeah,
main.
wait. They can hear us from here probably.
Like we got a dual AGL from Bongo and Sol here.
Oh, that can be
He
rough.
didn't push it, but I smoked it.
IGLing such a skill on its own.
Absolutely. The Bogans may take it to a map 3 here.
You want to start pushing?
Go.
You go first, Snake?
Going so nade-handed into this push. Doesn't look like there's
No.
anyone home though.
They stack B.
Grenade
Oh,
ticket?
shit.
One a ticket. Two a ticket. Maybe two? Maybe, I don't know.
One
Wanna
game.
control
One down.
Jack
Input,
Drew
yeah.
cleaning
Second
up.
kill.
He's down.
4-3 by my
Is that
count.
One's
mid?
behind us. Yeah, mid.
I'm planning.
You know,
Snake
mid-
takes a
Like
kill.
underneath the window.
Maybe unders.
I hear someone mid.
I'm watching it, I'm watching it, I'm watching it.
Unders.
From Jack there.
Tagged.
Coming, they're gonna drop.
Storage, maybe main. 3v2.
Now Snake actually has no cover up there. All of that control panel is bangable.
3-2. Oh, what a kill. Jack
already
bringing
dead.
up the scoreboard.
He was already dead.
3-1.
3v1 now.
For the map.
Nice.
Very nice.
There it is. 8-10.
There it is.
GG, we won, guys.
One apiece.
So we still got
One
game left.
apiece.
Yep.
That's beautiful work by the Bogans. They should be really quite proud of how they
Exciting
played
game
there.
for Joey to cast.
Absolutely.
But this time,
Alrighty, I will be right back after I make sure they are good to go. Looks like we've got Driftwood subbing back in, so we are going to have another roster change.
So far, it has been a very interesting map. So what do you think, Joey? What do you think went differently for the Bogans on Museum?
I think they're just more comfortable with the map and they warmed up. A couple interesting things happened a few of the rounds though. So when Sol died mid with the bomb in lounge, the bomb looks like the bomb fell through the map, which is why Jack went really aggressive. His team was basically yelling at him to push and go aggressive on the guy because they couldn't find it.
Okay.
We've had a couple things fall through the map on this one, which is interesting. Yeah,
Good.
but I think they were, I think they were more in their element. So it'll be interesting to see. What's the last map?
It will be Manor.
Ooh, that'll be interesting. It's gonna be they now. Okay, so they don't have Driftwood on. I thought they were gonna hit hard for the last one. They might. Driftwood's back in. They should hit as hard as they can. This is it. Make or break.
Yep. 1-1 now. One apiece. Now the first map wasn't as close. So
What was the first map? Like 10-3?
10-3. Yep.
Yeah.
Graphic,
And then 10-8. So it's 12 to 18.
Very close. So Mitchell still have the potential to lose the match but win on score.
All right, so we will be taking a short break while we solve some technical issues with controllers. Seems to be quite a common problem at the moment. Winter must be bad for our controllers.
Yep, so much. Well, actually, I don't know how humid it is in the other states of our beautiful nation of Australia, but very humid up here.
Oh, up in Queensland, yeah, where you can drink the air. Beautiful.
All that water seeping in might just be recondensating at this time and messing everyone's controls up.
All right, I will jump back into chilling in just a moment, but before we do, let's talk mana. Bit of a square map. It's not wide. It's not long. A lot of hidey holes.
A lot of lanes as well. And Billabong Bogans, I don't know if they have, but they've had the pleasure of being able to watch how the Meat Shields play on mana. Now, I don't know if we've seen it, but the Meat Shields on CT have sent mid very heavy on mana in the past, but I don't know. We haven't seen it on any of the maps tonight, so I don't know if that's their strategy anymore. So I would say this is going to be a very interesting map with all of those extra lanes that you don't normally get on a standard 3-lane map.
I think a lot of it's going to come down to the CT area of play. Do the Meat Shields know that everything back there is bangable? Do they know the lanes as well? The approaches I'm less concerned about. But if Snake gets back into CT, I'm not going to say untouchable, but he plays very well there.
Yep, and that map knowledge, most bangable surfaces are going to be, well, they're everywhere on this map, quite frankly, and knowing that you are standing behind a bangable surface instead of hard cover is super important. So I'm not sure how much time the Meat Shields have spent on this map. Obviously, their game against Oz Army, but it's probably not one of their strongest maps. But they did pick it as the home team,
I've called them wrong before. I've assumed that they've been playing maps that I haven't seen them playing on, but as you and I both know, they have their own server, they have their own group, and they do a lot of practice. I suspect they do a lot of video review just by listening to their comms, just by watching the way they play.
They are a team that evolves faster than any team we have seen before.
Looks like we might be live. I'll jump back and see what's happening.
We are going into the third and final map now, the decider for the Meat Shields versus the Billabong Bogans. Now this has been The first map was definitely a big swing, but the second map was a lot closer. So how much of the difference between the two maps in score was down to the meat shields, the Bogans, sorry, not being warmed up, not taking the meat shields maybe as seriously as they should have, and just not being comfortable on the map altogether? How much of the difference between the two scores do you think was down to that? And do you think we'll see that 8-10, that closer game, carry through onto our third and final map?
Look, hard to tell. They're operating in a 4v5. That's a really strange environment that we don't really practice. We tend to practice 4v4. We tend to practice 5v5, but 4v5, the game changes in a lot of subtle ways. Look, 2, 3, maybe 4 rounds. Maybe 4 rounds. Your window's still not activated. Good lord.
Yeah, of course not. Why would I?
Alright, we'll see for when this joins up, and we should get the reset before long. Eight players in, just waiting on one. Rev the round, jacked, can't take the carnage, and checks out. Sol, the lone survivor.
Still only 8 players in this one.
There we go, and that's number 9. Alright, let's get this reset rolling. There we go. Fix that spelling mistake and reset in 10 seconds. Here we go. Mighty Gur has subbed out. I believe he was the player with controller issues, so not sure if that's who they wanted to sub out, but he might not be able to continue.
To see if these roster changes make a difference.
Right, I'm back. Have we reset yet? No, we have not. In a second, we should the airstrike coming in.
Goes, no, not quite. Yeah.
Not yet.
So, predictions. Final map.
Hang on,
What are we
it's
gonna
doing
have?
its magic.
All right, there
Doing
we
its
go.
magic. I believe we have that correct.
I love
Oh,
it.
predictions. There's that airstrike. We're all resetting now.
Predictions. Hit him. Hit me with him.
I'd love to see. I think we're going to see the Bogans take it, just because of their map knowledge, their player map knowledge here on Mana.
Yep.
But there are a lot of variables, a lot of unknowns.
I tend to agree with you there.
If I had to pick a scoreline, it's going to be close. 7-10 or 8-10.
Full rotate coming in. Mr. Chris might be out picking Snake Eyes here. Doesn't quite see him. Just fading back off that side. Jakey will take out Badass. 4v3 now. Driftwood taken out by Snake as he pushes.
Jack can't decide. Jack gets killed.
Together. Real Mr. Chris versus Sol now. 1v1. Sol
1v1.
Deeg. Chris, I think he has that's a 1911. He has a flash still on his chest as well. See if he uses it. Oh, hiding
A lot
just
riding
outside
on this
the side
round.
here.
A lot riding on what happens right here.
Just running out. Almost doesn't know where he is. He turns around just at the wrong time as Sol peeks around that corner and will take him out. I think even if he killed Sol there, he would have been out of time. So, well done for the Bogans there, taking that first round.
Excellent, excellent movement by Sol. Right there at the end to secure that win. I believe we're going to see a lot of the Bogans roaming as a pack this map. I can't see it happening any other way.
Oh, a super aggressive push from Meat Shields out onto B. A, sorry. How do they know?
Very much the MO of the Meat Shields.
Snake Eyes just cleaning him up, though. Very risky to run that on a save.
Can be. Using the surprise to your advantage. I think if you look back through the VODs, I think you'll see them do this last time on Manor as well. Can be brutally effective. Can lead to you being in a slaughterhouse.
I believe they were full board last time they did it. Grimlock's picked up an AK. He looks like he's going to opt for some exit frags. Here as he saves that gun.
Perfect movement. That's exactly what you want to see. That's the right choice any day of the week. Even if you don't get an exit frag, you're retreating with a gun.
Here comes the stomp of Snake Eyes, but he will take him anyway.
Unfortunate. Adrenaline surely running high for both teams right now. You're going to want to get off to a really quick start here. And so far, that's the realm of the Bogans.
Full buy now for Meat Shields. I wouldn't run him off just yet. Yeah, certainly Bogans running with a lot more momentum right now.
Oh, not about to write him off at all.
Soon.
Leafob running with an AUG. He's got range over the enemy here.
Beautiful smoke onto Lion there. Both of them sitting there are going to be cut out of the game now. Jakey coming in through dining fast. Those are frags coming out now under the smoke.
And one of them good.
Heavy.
Leafob peaks by 2.
Oh, Driftwood going to catch Snake Eyes here.
3v3. 2v3. Good refrag.
Jakey looking to take up badass. He will do
Gets
so.
in.
Just Soul now. Soul, beautiful nade to push to discourage Driftwood from making that push.
Just a touch of health.
Driftwood in the Soul. Light breeze would kill Soul at this point.
Now Driftwood in the same boat.
And Driftwood will fill up his lungs and let some out.
Sends that burst through.
Beautiful shot as well to
Right
thread
on
the needle
site.
between that statue. Good little defuse. Grab some guns. Keep the eco of the team up. He'll get 2. Perfect.
Shields take their first win.
Yeah, we expect once you lose that pistol round, you're almost expected to lose that second round of the map. So, I would say this is still a very close game.
You say that, but the amount of pistol round upsets we've seen lately is frankly absurd.
That just
anyone would think we're better off running Deagles all the time, every time.
Yeah, that's too much Deagle practice, not enough rifle practice. I'd put that down to. Put your pistols away in the deathmatch, boys.
No, they're fun. Deagle, 4-time suppressor. That's what you
We
want.
have a secret push here. Low from the Bogans. Uncharacteristic, but it's a strategy they have made work in the past.
It's happening slowly. Surely they know something's up.
Not enough information yet. They have stacked A with 3 here. Jakey will be the first to know about it.
See that head turn? He might learn about it from sound.
Oh! He turns that corner, and the entire team has found great movement from the Bogans here to push out straight away after that initial engagement.
Driftwood.
We'll take out the
Good
second.
too.
Real Mr. Chris. Defending driveway there. Soul's able to sneak in, but he's very low.
I think they know it's there.
Driftwood very much on edge as he fires some shots off at Real Mr. Chris. I think Driftwood's seen him. I think he's called him out. He's got that gun trained exactly where he is.
Approached in all 4 directions.
Now what's the Meat Shields do? They just lock down angles here, or do they try and kill him? Try and end this round now? Leafob's going to try and end the round.
I know it's there.
Able to do so, but Grimlock will get that refrag.
Beautiful. That's tough. So Jakey learns their position, courtesy of a round through the head. Driftwood, fantastic reaction. The moment Jakey goes down, he throws a frag directly to where the enemy team is. Yeah, sure, you don't have the time to cook it, but then his gun comes up, 2 kills immediately. That in itself saves the round.
Yeah, and an uncooked frag at your feet will put a lot of indecision in your mind. Do you run forward? Do you run backwards? Do you just close your eyes and hope for pray to God that you're in a corner of the map that is too high?
Grimlock, what a shot. Snake Eyes goes down. You've got to move.
Grimlock will get a second kill through that smoke. Just Soul now, 1v5. Now Soul has been the last alive on quite a few rounds here.
Get the plant.
It's the point.
Maybe get the plant. Yeah.
Soul here. And clean him up.
The shields. Shields keep 5 alive.
Now that was superb movement from the meat shields there. A really fast collapse. That smoke. The smoke's coming out from the Bogans really just choked them up. There's so much chance when you run through a smoke. You could be running out into enemy gunfire. You could be running into gunfire as they shoot through the smoke. But it's always going to cause a little bit of hesitation in players that aren't conditioned to just run straight through it, keep your gun up, so that when you're out of it, you can kill whoever's shooting at you. That's what we see there. The Bogans just getting a little bit choked up, allowing that rotation to come in from the meat shields and just pinch them in.
Grimlock getting the point for the defuse there. Well deserved.
Jakey has
Well
heard them straight away in mana. Getting killed.
That's the thing. Doesn't
gallery for Jakey. Actually, with the aggressive push, very nice movement there.
Doesn't need to. Let the further away players send some rounds in, so that they think the danger is far away. That's when you can make your jump.
Oh, Driftwood will take 2.
Oh, Driftwood.
Snake Eyes in a perfect place to catch Grimlock and Leaf Bob. He will do so. 2v2 now. Leaf Bob is down on site. Jack
gets a
getting
kill.
a beautiful pinch onto Real Mr. Chris on the back of site there. Now,
Snake, dangerous in CT, and he knows it.
running around. Wood will not quite be able to clean him up. Very unfortunate for the meat shields there. A great take from the Bogans, though. We see that momentum coming back to them. Steamrolling as a group, as a unit. Just winning those trades.
More smoke, more flashes. Now this is interesting on CT. You don't see many teams stack up with flashes on CT. Normally it's frags. This is something the meat shields have kind of brought to the table that I haven't really seen used anywhere else. Not in APAC anyway.
Hog might be able to pinch in on the Snake Eyes. He'll take some health, but he won't be able to kill him. Oh, beautiful frag, but Driftwood just able to move out of the way of that. Snake Eyes now pinching in from mid. Gonna come in through garden. We're reconnecting with the team here. Good pre-fire from Driftwood. Unfortunately, no one there to receive it. He gets 1. Badass will get caught up in gardens. Jakey will take him out. Snake Eyes will get the refrag. Leaf Fob and the side. 1v1 now. Both players are the top fraggers of their team. Both players are lit. Pressure action is on Snake Eyes, though.
I got a whole minute to go.
I don't believe he's... Oh, Driftwood just able to catch him out.
And
Beautiful
this time
work.
it's a reverse of last round.
Beautiful work from Driftwood there, sitting on top of his team's scoreboard. Guys on the same on his. Got caught out there. Interestingly, they both had the same score.
Alright, if the Shields win either of the next 2 rounds, that'll mean they've taken the turn every map tonight.
Very loud entry. Snake Eyes not afraid to tell them that we're here.
It tends to happen with Snake. He gets to a point where he just doesn't care and he's gonna put a round through your head.
Grimlock and Jacked will trade. This is bad for the Bogans. Out of dining, it doesn't seem like they've made a choice here. Soul and Bongo will start to creep towards B.
Shield's not holding much in the way of angles. A lot of roaming going on. You don't want that.
Very clearly looking for players right now, trying to figure out what's happening. Mr. Chris,
you've got
Bongo and Soul in mid.
You've got the advantage. You don't all want to be running towards gunfire.
Jakey and Driftwood with a great double angle there. Snake Eyes creeping up on a site. Soul has the bomb. He's going into dining. Snake Eyes is going to look to take out Leaf Up. Balance that weapon. Do so. 2v3 now. That might have solved the fate.
2v2.
Just Jakey now. Now, if he can take out this bomb carrier, he might be able to take this. But I imagine if they get this bomb down, Jakey's going to be in a spot of bother. Interesting. As the bomb gets... I think there was a little bit of confusion there from Jakey as to which site that was at. can definitely happen. Oh, he hears Snake Eyes. Heard him.
He's playing in his favourite spot though.
Oh, Jakey.
Jakey without snips can't be dancing like this. You've got to be able to move forward unless you're going to save. Unless you're going to go for
Yes.
exit frags.
Two players with great ears going to war. It's really an interesting thing. Both appear to know where the other is at all times. He's just going to save here, Jakey. Push, he'll take that kill. See if he can grab any guns before the round truly ends. Unfortunately, winning the battle, but not the war there. Cool. Now this
He
round,
ended up dying for it, but that's perfect by Snake. You know there's only one enemy. You know you've got a reserve player on the site. Keep him busy. Keep him occupied. If you die, that's fine. You need to win the round.
Jakey thought about turning around, but Snake Eyes popping off those through few shots. Just to remind him that he's there with enough to pull Jakey off of that rotate through the front. Jakey pushing in.
This round for the turn.
Grimlock. Aggressive push into dining hall. Click 2, almost 3.
3-2.
3v2 as Snake takes 2 kills in mid.
Sol's looking worse for wear though.
Is in trouble.
One-
Leafob at bricks.
One good spray.
What here, Driftwood. Looking dangerous as he rotates through CT. Miruma's to Chris. If he can get up and out of that, might be able to pinch him in here. Here he comes.
It
What is
gets
down?
the angle.
B2 now. Leafob here, Sol, no doubt. Wait there while he rotates. The side. Oh my god, they heard Leafob in bricks and they just. Oh, Snake Eyes! That spray a little too reckless. Let's see if Mr. Chris can capitalize here though. Snake has to rotate through his angle to get the bomb. He'll see him.
1v1.
I think
He's
Snake
seen
saw
him.
as well.
Maybe? He's looking the wrong way.
Doesn't look like he has. Oh, and real Mr. Chris. Great movement up the back lane there. We'll catch Snake Eyes out.
Now how's that for a round of CS timing? Good God. We've,
Oh my goodness.
we've got to turn away at just the wrong moment. We've got a team kill. We've got a pixel peak gone wrong. That round had it all.
Gorgeous round. A gorgeous match from these two teams as well. It's been an honor to watch and cast thus far.
5-4. So the meat shields have taken all 3 turns. We've got the advantage heading into T.
Flash.
This is a very important round right now. This is basically the entire game right here.
Oh, the meat shields all looking for Snake Eyes. They find him. All pushing in behind them. Looks like the Bogans bet on B here. B?
3-3.
3-3. Sol sneaking some shots into their backs. Grimlock waiting for someone to come on. That person. Oh, Grimlock and Driftwood. Both taking
Jack.
out one. Jacked Rue and Grimlock now. Let's see what he can do here.
Got the gun.
Got him. Still got lots of time. Slide though, he'll find him.
And get that.
Let's see if he can get that defuse though. Plenty of time
He's got
left
time.
for Jack Drew to get that
Plenty of time.
defuse. Great play as well. Full health. Feeling good. And looking good, might I add.
What an important
Sexy
round.
outfit.
Meat shields take that round, especially on T. They get a comfortable second round after that. It goes to 7-4. Now, 5-5. They're not going to be able to full buy. Much, much healthier position
did
for
get
the Bogans to be in.
They did get the plant down, so they are gonna. Some of them are gonna force. It looks like. Jakey opting for that 5-7 though, which means that this team's
Maybe.
eco is going to be out of sync, which is going to be
Jakey
a problem in the
waiting.
rounds going forward unless they win this one.
This decision, I feel, will come back to bite them.
Looks like they're playing nobody mid here. Interesting choice on a map that is so mid-centric. Driftwood looking to catch up. Drew will take out Leafob as he tries to come out of Obelisk. Grimlock might get a double peek here. Beautiful work from Grimlock there. Snake Eyes take out Grimlock for the headshot. Driftwood looking to catch him. Oh, beautiful pinch from the meat shields there. 2v2 though. Still a lot of work to be done. Driftwood going down to Jack Drew. Just real Mr. Chris. He has to make something happen here. Speaking drive site. We'll see him before he sees. Go. Mr. Chris, if he has to rotate here. 45 seconds, still plenty of time. It doesn't look like he does. Gonna have to try and play for kills here.
Their eco's in shambles. He should be looking at taking some guns and getting out of there. He knows, he should know, if a hair's breadth away from death. There's no point throwing that gun away.
Yep, there it is.
Eco's so important right now. You
Oh,
really don't want to have just thrown that away.
Jakey's already full board before the call's gone out for a save. This is going to be a problem. If the meat shields can't get their eco in sync, they're going to be limping into each one of these rounds. And that is going to be a problem. Even if it is a 4v5, they're still going to need all 5 assault rifles to be able to take out this 4 Bogans team. Because they are very strong.
Scoreboard still showing a 5-5?
5-6.
Curious.
Not a lot of difference between a 5 and a 6 though, so... Understandable for mistaking one for the other. A lot of detail coming out here from Jack. I think he threw his entire vest at that obelisk to get nothing. But the Bogans know that it's an A push. Jakey taking out Snake Eyes. That's a big kill this early in the game. Grimlock about to get picked from behind. Oh, Driftwood will be able to save him. They still haven't managed to make a successful push out of obelisk yet. Now the rest of the team is leaving Real Mr. Chris to try and fight the 2 guys on site by himself. And there we go, they pull him to look for Soul. All 4 players hunting down 1. Moving as a unit. Driftwood will catch him leaving mid. I would expect the entire team to rotate to B now. Outside of A. Real Mr. Chris will clean up Badass on the back of site. Jack Drew and Soul now. They're going to try and push in on that kill. They have to know there's another player here, though. Planning the bomb.
That could prove fatal.
Beautifully played. Driftwood able to catch Soul. 1v1. Jacked is 1
1
tap.
1v1.
They know he knows exactly where he is going, and unfortunately,
Oh, he gets it.
The better of him.
Not even with a headshot, just
Beautiful
puts
play
it
from
straight
Jack
out.
there. I would say that's poor comms on the meat shield side, though, not knowing that second guy was on A. I mean, he should have been called out multiple times. But yeah.
Now 5-7, and the meat shields have to do something to stop them running away with the win.
Absolutely, they have to change something here, and maybe a B push is what they need to change. And they're going to start using mid. See, I think if the meat shields realized that the Bogans weren't sending anyone mid, they'd be able to capitalize so well. Just make sure you take those mid lanes and push in, because that gives you so many extra attack points to push in from.
So there are 2 things I'd want to know here as the IGL. I'd want to know where we're engaging them, and I would want to know where Snake is. And once you know that, I'd be avoiding that site like the plague.
Take 2.
3v3, jacked with
stuck
snips.
outside of sight, though. If they can get this bomb down now, they might be able to make something of this round.
Looks like... There we go, they are pushing out on site. Driftwood waiting to lurk.
Looking and dying. I think Soul knows he's in there, though. He does.
Soul's wise, yep.
Oh, he goes past him anyway, though. Well, Jakey's going to get peeked from line here, I'd say. Oh, Jack Drew. What a great position to catch this guy as he comes out of dining. He'll miss him, though.
Now just Jack.
1v3. Only Jack just is the only one with clips. Driftwood has to hear them defusing. Oh,
He's
isn't
a
too
long
late,
way
though.
away. Yep.
5-8 now. Bogans looking to take this one. Now, the meat shield's eco seems to be back in sync, which is good.
And meat shields should be on loss bonus as of now. This is their 4th. Yep, they've lost 4 in a row. So buying shouldn't be an issue.
Another B push here. If Snake hadn't got 2 in that early phase, they might have been able to take that one. That's a good flash from Snake. Pushes down with it. Soul flash Snake. They'll get 1. This spells doom.
Yeah, we'll get 2.
Jakey's going to push out on and collect him. Soul's going to look for the refrag.
Driftwood
will take
gets
him out
him.
instead, though. 3v2 now. The meat shields have turned it around. Now, Jack Room might catch Grimlock here. He doesn't quite. Just
misses
manages
him.
to get out of there. Badass taking up Lion.
The meat shields get one more kill here. They'll take the round. But they catch a bullet instead.
Jack Drew coming from behind, he's gonna catch Driftwood out as well. Oh, beautiful work from Badass and Jack Drew to take that kill. Now Jakey in a really bad spot here. Bongo will take him out.
Only so much you can do. Let's take a look at the scoreboard.
Last round.
Snake Eyes on 24, Jacked not too far behind, doing the heavy lifting.
Yep, absolutely. Sol and Bongo playing those anchor roles with 8 kills each. Alright. Last round for the meat shields. Spend all your cash. Let's see what they can do here.
And for the match. Drifted should be buying out here. Nobody should be left behind. Good amount of util. Snips all across the board on the Bogans. Snake Eyes with 2 snips, maybe.
Wouldn't be surprising.
Soon to be banned in
flash.
League, potentially.
Oh,
Jakey
that's
up.
a beautiful nade.
Jakey up too far, maybe. No, it's going to work out well for
Oh,
him.
Jakey catches him from behind. 5v2 now. Whatever the meat shields did this round, I mean, it's worked so far.
Angle right now. The bomb's down. Call out the
Bomb's
entry
not down yet.
that you're
It's gonna
looking
get
at.
down now. There it is.
It's
Now
too
the bomb is down. Driftwood sitting outside of Obelisk. So we're going to have 2 erosion in from driveway. Oh, 4v1 now. Just Sol. He does have crits, but Real Mr. Chris will shut that down right away. Alright, the
Snake
sex
Eyes
number.
is-
Everybody wins.
Snake Eyes' double clips not helping.
Maybe that's why the Bogans lost. Maybe they were just looking for that sex number.
Very important. Almost an APAC tradition.
But
Certainly.
I would
Would be disappointed if we went through the comms and we didn't hear sex number called out. Very important.
I would say that the meat shields really won that round though, even if the Bogans did say that they gave it to him. They fought very hard for that. That was beautiful movement from both sides. I think they're starting to figure out that the Bogans aren't playing mid, which is why Jakey was able to push all the way through the back there.
If the meat shields win this round, I think you're going to see some really bizarre strats, desperation strats.
Oh, here we
Coming
go.
out of Bogans.
4 stacked up in chance. Can they get jacked? They can. 4v2 now. They need to
4v2.
get that bomb down ASAP. Do they know this?
Jakey lurking. Jakey gets
takes
it.
1. Just Snake now. 1v4.
All right.
There's gonna have to
Is
be
it
a
time
big
for
Snake
Snake Magic?
Or 1v3. He's warming up.
They know where he is. You can see the play spacing happening.
Oh, he's so low now though. And he gets blown over by Jakey. Well done from the meat shields to shut that down.
Jakey running 2 very good rounds back to back.
7-9.
Driftwood now at 10 grand. You
Now-
have a lot of money to spend. They should be buying out every round.
It looks like we're going to 9-9 as the Bogans go on save. Jack Roo will not be able to buy if they lose here. Oh no. Oh no. He's here. Okay, Jack Roo has bought a AK for Snake Eyes. And Snake Eyes has given Jack his Eagle.
I feel like this is a wise investment.
Sol coming in from behind. This is interesting positioning from the meat shields. It's almost like they know that that Bogans are going to be desperate now, and they're playing back, waiting for that aggressive push. You love to see it. Grimlock will pick up 1. Rivers Chris will pick up the 2nd.
2.
Jakey
5v2
will make it
again.
onto site. They now know where Bongo is. But he won't get called out. He will get taken down though. 4v1. Snake Magic. Let's see it. 1v3.
He fled. They know where he is. They don't have to move to him. If they've got the bomb, they don't have to push him.
Gonna pinch him down. Default will get the kill.
But they don't.
Very nice from Snake Eyes, but it's not enough. Right, here we go. Jack Roo still not able to buy here. He will force it onto an AK, but the meat shots have been rocking M4, so that head is now super exposed for Jacked. I will say the rest of the Bogans will be fully bought up.
No, only 1 set of snips though. That's important. That could be all the difference.
Lock might be trying to sell a fake here. Snake Eyes. You see him rotating onto that A. Oh, that nade could have been devastating. If that nade had landed, that would have probably could have spent the end of the round. None of those nades landing, luckily for meat shields. Snake Eyes is going to lurk in garden, which means there's only 1 on site on A. Sol already leaning towards that A side.
Dangerous to be running this site so many times in a row.
He will see Sol. That will push him away from Snake, fortunately. Snake Guy's going to take one, but he gives his position and a lot of his health away.
Jakey gets a few good hits. That could be important. 3v2.
Get a refrag on Bongo. Grimlock is locked out of A here. Snake Eyes has got him locked down.
Both the Bogans wounded.
Oh, 2v2 here. This could be it.
And they stop moving.
And the Bogans will have taken it.
Yep.
10
can jump across.
To the Bogans. A great map. So there are the scores. Those are wrong. My apologies. Stream. It's 8-10, not 10-8. Big sad.
There's a lot to be proud of from both teams there. We're looking at a 5v4, but really we've got a player on that team of 5 playing their first league match.
Yep. Really
strong showing from the Meat Shields. But it's the Bogans who should be really quite proud of themselves. After frankly catching such a whooping in the first map, to turn the next 2 around, they should be quite proud.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really quite proud.
I can see in their chat as well. I think one of their players... Oh no, that's the player that has no controllers. Never mind. I thought one of their players had rejoined and then opted to play for the 4v5 anyway. But really, yeah, excellent work from the Meat Shields there to take that game. That was very, very close. Great to cast, great to watch. Thank you to both teams for playing that and making it so interesting. I gotta say, after that stockpile win from the Meat Shields, I thought this was going to be a fairly one-sided game, but Bogans have really turned up. They proved me wrong. And I think both teams played excellently tonight.
There's no two ways about it. Now, I know it's immediately after the match. We've got the benefits of replays to go through, but off the top of your head, do you have a play of the match?
I don't know about a play of the match. All I know is that Driftwood coming in on that third map changed the flow of the game for the Meat Shields. I don't know, he was getting lots of kills, but it also felt that the team was a lot more unified with him around. So I don't know if that's the captain effect or if he's just that kind of player, but well done to Driftwood in that game.
It was definitely a difference. Definitely a difference. I think for me, watching Sol win that pistol round with its sneaky movement, that felt like when the momentum really shifted.
Yeah.
Not so much on the map, but on the match.
Gotta love Bongo running around the Triceratops as well on Museum. It's a good play.
I'm not sure if I want to call that my...
I mean,
that was something. You can't think of that in the moment. You can't plan that ahead of time. That's outstanding reaction.
Yeah, and to push the player that was going to pinch him in and then ring around the Rosie the other, I think that would probably be my play of the game. Now that I've thought about it for a short moment, that would probably be my play of the game. Bongo playing ring around the Rosie with the Meat Shields there. That was beautiful. Alrighty,
All right,
well we are going to wrap it up here. That will be the end of week 4 of the VRML Pavlov APAC region. I have been Pav, and this has been Seer. And
we'll see you back for week 5.
Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you guys in week 5.